might be live. We'll see how this works. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I got to figure out how to make it work. Headed to the house. Been a long day. That got funky. My headphones are doing weird stuff. So I'm trying this out. I just normally, I gotta see, how do I see my chat? How do I see my chat? That's, okay, supposedly my chat's up here somewhere, which means nobody's watching. I don't know how this works, so if y'all can see me, yeah, I'll look at it later, see if there's a chat, but if there's not, I'll figure it out. So, I am headed home from work. Let's see, what can we talk about today? I really hope somebody pops in so I can see if this actually works. Right now, I say I got nobody in my chat, or nobody in my live. That's fine. Today, I think I saw the start of World War III today. Yeah, I think I saw the start of World War III today. I can't find an article. I need to find an article because I need to read it again and make sure I read what I read. But if I read it right, today, Panama kicked China, or a Chinese company, out of control of some ports on the Panama Canal, which is a fairly big deal. Yeah, it's a fairly intense deal, actually, because that is messing with a country's economics, and economics are what causes wars. Yeah, so very rarely is it something other than economics. Even the religious wars are over economics. You gotta dig deep enough to find it. So yeah, so today that's a serious issue. I mean, if you think about it, right? Because like the Panama Canal cuts a huge amount of time off of shipping goods to the east coast of the U.S. and Europe and the east or the west coast of Africa for Asian countries instead of going around the other way or going around the Cape of Good Hope, Cape Horn. I can't remember. One of them was a Cape Horn and one of them was a Cape of Good Hope. Since there's nobody in my chat, I won't know. I gotta see. But yeah, so like that's a huge deal. Like that is a strategic. There's a reason why the U.S. wants it back. There's a reason why the U.S. owned it for so long, and to the detriment of the Panamanian people. Why they didn't let go of control of it. There's a reason why we built it. It's a hugely important thing. Like, it allows for the U.S., right? Because I'm American, so when you talk force projection, it allows you to move Pacific forces to the Atlantic and Atlantic forces to the Pacific without having to go around South America. It allows shipping from the East Coast, right? So, like, basically from the entire interior of the U.S. to Asia, Australia, India, the east coast of Africa. It cuts shipping time down drastically, and it allows the entire, like, because then you got to figure, right, like Chicago, St. Louis, Milwaukee. There's a lot of shipping that uses the Mississippi River. It makes it a lot easier to ship large bulk items than, say, rail or any other stuff, right? So, like, now you got to look at, like, okay, now I got to rail stuff over to the West Coast. It saves a lot on shipping. Yeah, it's a huge strategic thing to have the Panama Canal. And, yeah, it's, they, Panamanians caved to U.S. pressure and booted Chinese companies out of control of that and gave it back to it's Danish companies, Maersk. But I want to go back and read what the Chinese how the Chinese responded. I said, that's some scary crap. That is not good stuff. And it's usually like it's like stuff like this. Like you can go back and you look and say, yeah, that's what set it all off. If World War III happens, this is going to be one of those points. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But I'm gonna try this out. I'm not sure. Like, I got a huge following. I got like, I actually got people in the chat. Hey, how you doing, man? I can't read that crap. Oil up. Why can't I read that? See, I can zoom in. I need to make my chat bigger. Is my volume up? Maybe that's what it is. I don't know how to make my volume go up. I gotta figure that out. Let me see what I can do. Streaming settings. Audio settings. Audio volume. Built-in mic is at 100%. So, it's not that. Chat settings. I need to make it bigger. I'm trying to make it bigger. Because I can't read crap. That's what happens when you get old. Alright, there. Why didn't that fix it? Bam. Oh no. Chat settings. Yeah. Take that crap and go. Bam. Alright, let's see if it works now. Hopefully I don't have to like reset it. Yeah, I can't read that crap. Brew. Oil up. Oil up. Oil up. I think can you guys tell me if you can hear me okay? Usually what I'll do is I'll watch this for a little bit on my own and make sure I can hear okay, but since I usually am on the computer and then watch it on my phone, I can't watch it on my phone because I'm on my phone today. And my headphones keep doing weird stuff. I need to make sure that it's on my headphones. That should make it better. Hopefully that sounds better. So yeah, what to talk about today? I need to figure out how to make my chat talk to me. That would be nice. But yeah, so today is so I'll mark this one. Today is Tuesday, the 24th of February. And yeah, like I said, I have a feeling that we're going to find out that World War III, it started today. I need to get home because I'm gonna watch the State of the Union tonight and see how stupid this goes. I really don't want to watch the State of the Union, but I'm gonna. I'm a masochist. Oh, um, yeah. So I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of our current administration, which is funny because I'm probably more of a conservative. I probably lean more conservative than liberal. But damn, damn, yeah, this place is crazy. I don't even know where to start with this country right now. That'd be like I said, it's been weighing on my mind. This is something like I usually like just like playing games with my kids. I like doing fun stuff. I don't like messing. I'd rather just live my life. It's one of the great things I loved about politics in the past. Like it's always funny to watch because I think politicians are all idiots. Um, but like they don't bother you. Like some of them are just so interested in making money for themselves and doing it sneaky that you don't even have to worry about it. They don't mess with the general U.S. population. And then you get freaking this administration. Holy crap! And like the worst part is like for all the people that are like, I didn't know this was happening. They told us this was going to happen. Like, man, I'm waiting. I'm not a huge fan of Kamala Harris, but whatever. I'm waiting for her to come out and be like, told you so. Like, dude, like, this is not good. I'm sorry. This is not like we have lost any moral. Like, I mean, we were a piece of crap country to start with. We were a bully and we lie and, you know, all that stuff. We've not been a nice country for the last 200 and almost 50 years. But like the stuff that we're doing now, it's like, holy cow. And they told us they were going to do it. Like they wrote a book about it. Freaking laid it all out. It's kind of like it reminds me like what was that? It was like Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr., where he was like, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and then he's going to do this, and then he's going to do that. And it's like, just lay the whole thing out. Then it's like, oh, holy crap, it happened. And if you're one of those people, I'm sorry. Like, y'all need to like do some self-reflection. You know, I'm all for immigration control. I'm not a huge fan of shooting people because they're immigrants or not immigrants, watching you uh, capture immigrants. I'm all for law enforcement. I'm all for law enforcement being accountable, but you can't be when you're wearing a mask. Like bank robbers wear masks. There's a reason. I'm all for living in peace with everybody in the world. But I didn't know being a peacemaker meant committing acts of war against other countries without Congress's approval, which is like basically committing, I don't even know what, like, I don't even know what that is. Completely trashing the Constitution because you want to. And Congress allowing it. Don't get me wrong. Congress is right up there with them. All of them. Democrats and Republicans alike. Yeah. Like they should all be fired. Every single one of them. You know. Yeah. Like I don't know. I don't know where this country's going. We would rather like I read somewhere or like saw a TikTok or YouTube short or something where it was like, uh, it was saying something about how like you care about, um, like it was like 1,700 people who got killed by immigrants over some period of time, right? Some made up statistic, and then five. You're worried about five people uh, being killed by law enforcement trying to get those, 1,700 or the killers of those 1,700 people, and it's like no, but at the same time, like if we're worried about the 1,700 people or whatever it was that were killed by immigrants, illegal immigrants who did that, why are we not worried about the, you know, however many billionaires are trafficking and hurting and doing all sorts of awful things to kids, women, random people, who knows what actually happened, and the stuff that we do know that actually happened, nobody wants to deal with. At least Europe and freaking, like, basically everywhere else in the world is taking care of business. And we're just like, yeah, it's cool. We'll just let them go. I don't know how you can do that. I don't know how you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I fully support this institution, this administration, when they're going to push going after a dude who said, don't follow illegal orders, which is a set thing. And like you get told that when you join the military, don't follow illegal orders. You have a responsibility not to follow illegal orders. Holy cow. But like they care more about prosecuting that guy and than they do about the guy in the administration who, even though his name, like whose name hasn't been redacted and removed from it, from the Epstein files, that like did awful stuff. Like you can look at it like, okay, why are you not investigating and prosecuting that dude? And I'm not talking about Trump. Like Trump's, his DOJ did a good job, and they removed as much as they could. Like they redacted it. Good job, guys. I'm not talking about that. Like I'm talking about, like, was it Besant? Somebody else. Yeah, it was like a couple dudes in the administration. Like the UK's like got an ambassador. They canned him and then they arrested him. They canned a prince, like one of the royals. Granted, like he's probably one of the most obviously, like he's screwed it up the worst when it comes to that. Like he's been obvious about his stupidity and what he's done, and they've known about him for a long time. But like it's gotten to the point now where like they canned a freaking prince. He ain't a prince no more. And they arrested him. First time in 400 years a member of the royal family has been arrested. Like that doesn't happen. If this was probably like 500 years ago, they probably would have just taken the dude out, and the king would have probably been like, hey, it's nice knowing you. Room with an iron mask on, or you're going to go out there and be like Anne Boleyn. But like this is amazing. Like the entire world's taking this and actually running with it. And we're not. We're just like, oh, it's cool. I saw something today. They were talking about all these Democrats that are getting busted for all sorts of nasty stuff, dealing with kids and women and evil stuff. Good. If those were true, awesome. Where are the Republicans? Because it wasn't just the Democrats. But that's the thing. Like that's where our world is today. And you know what? There's too many people that feel that's fine. Oh, well, I'm a Republican. Screw the Democrats. Screw those liberals. Yeah, I know some of my Republican, MAGA, conservative guys are probably in those files, but I don't want to know about them. I just want to know about the people that I don't like because they don't think the same way I do. So I'll accept evil as long as they think the same way I do. Yeah. That's funny. Like that's the answer. Like I will accept evil as long as I agree with everything else that they do. Yeah, that's where we are. We're in this weird ass world where I know 90% of what I read and hear and see about the Epstein files is probably not true completely. But there's always a kernel of truth in there. It's kind of like the he said, she said, you know. He said one thing, she said the other. The truth is somewhere in the middle. So while maybe they didn't like dress children up as turkeys and roast them, you bet that they did some pretty awful, evil things. So now, yeah, these are the kind of things like I think about when I'm driving home. Like I got an hour-long drive, and here I am sitting thinking about stuff I got to do at work, uh, what I got to do with my kids. I think we got a new snake. I got to figure out how to feed the snake because my kids are not making me confident that they're going to know how to feed them come Thursday. And like trying to process through all the seriously whacked out stuff I read and hear. It's nuts. Like mostly I'm doing this streaming thing like so my kids can hear it. And I want them like hopefully one day I hope this actually is audible. I'm gonna get home and find out and then I'll probably delete this if it sounds like crap. Um no, like my I have 10-year-old kids and they're growing up in this country. Like they're not gonna know anything different than this. And that's scary. You know, like I look at it, I was born in the 70s, right? Like I'm old. So like I don't like I remember Reagan, but I don't remember like I was young when he was in office. I remember, I remember reading my lips, no new taxes. I remember what it felt like before 9/11 and after 9/11. Kind of like probably a lot of people, like my mom probably remembers before Kennedy and after Kennedy. Uh, Same thing like the moon, like going to the moon and not going, before and after. Like there's some big things that happened. You know, my parents are Vietnam era. Like my dad came really close to going to fight in Vietnam. Luckily, he got stationed in Germany instead because of the skills he had. But like, my kids are never gonna know anything other than like this BS like that we live in. Like they're never gonna understand that. Like at one point in time, like politicians work together for the good of. Well, they at least they said it was for the good of the people, not for the good of their fan base, but for the good of like everybody. Like, how messed up is that? Like, even way back in the day, like when things were like even like when it was the most partisan it could be, like they still came together and figured out how to compromise and figure it out. nowadays like don't care. And in reality, like way back in the day when like they didn't, they just like they would fight about something, then just drop it because like it was a fight. Uh, and I'm talking to myself, so I gotta figure out how this chat thing works. I tried making my chat bigger and it ain't bigger. It's tiny. I can't read it. So let's see what else. What else is going on today? So my kids got a snake this weekend. They wanted one for each of themselves, but right now one snake is enough. We gotta figure out how to live with one snake before we can get any more. And I never did get a call back. I need to call them. I'll call. Let's see. I'll be home just in enough time to call them again. I need to call around and find out where I can get. This is gonna be fun. Like I'm not a big fan of snakes. My kids love them. I don't think they've realized that they got to feed them yet, and that's gonna be fun. Because right now, talking to the breeder, um, yeah, we're gonna get to feed a live baby rat to Snakey. I think her name is Ivory. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. 'Cause, I, we watched a video last night that showed a snake eating, being fed, and it's one thing to watch it on video, but it's another thing completely to like see it in real life. I don't know how that's gonna go. And at some point, we'll probably the live thing doesn't sound. Uh, I don't know. Live feeding sounds very labor intensive, and I'm not sure I want to do all the labor that comes in with it. If it means like stopping it, and it might work out. We might just Thursdays are feeding days, but I got to figure out how the heck to do that because holy cow, like that's a lot. Like a lot. Like I'm not keeping rats along with, uh, like if we're gonna keep, if we're gonna have a rat, it's gonna be a pet rat. But yeah, someday I hope like when I'm doing this, like there's a whole bunch of chat going and I can talk. Right now, there's nothing. It makes it really hard. Like I got to blather. I guess I could blather about a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I keep going back to politics because I'm interested to see what Knuckle Nut says tonight. I have a feeling he's going to show his ass. But then it doesn't really matter. Like he's going to show his ass, but then if you're a Trump supporter, you don't care that he shows his ass. You think it's funny. You think it's not. Like he's probably going to insult the Supreme Court justices who, granted, probably deserve some insulting because of some of the partisan bull crap that they do. Because they've been the least apolitical court I think I've ever heard of. But he's going to get on him about like calling him out on, like doing their job and calling him out on overreaching his authority because he doesn't want anybody to call him out on overreaching his authority. Like Congress won't do it. Like I can't even call the Republicans the GOP anymore. They're the DRP, the Donald Riding Party. All they want to do is ride on Donnie. and they do a great job of it. Like if he's got to piss, freaking Mike Johnson's got to open his mouth. It's disgusting. Like how bad they don't care. They're like, oh yeah, we know that's Congress's job, but we'll let you do it. And then they're like, you hear it, it's like, I, and granted, it's probably like conversations with bots, but it's the same thing with real, you know, supporters who are on that extreme end. It's like, what happens when a Democrat gets in office? Oh, they won't ever be in office again. But what happens when they are? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, you're just gonna like say, okay, well, we'll never have real elections again. That's how it's gonna happen. What happens when they are? What happens when, you know, freaking Pete Buttigieg gets in there? I don't know who. Like, you name it. Like, find a Democrat that is worth a crap. That people will vote for. Eee. Like, it's gonna take you. Like, you better hope that whoever it is like, freaking like serious, freaking honor. Like, I don't even know, like King Arthur level of mythical honor, where all the wrong, freaking Jesus level. Like, turn the other cheek and do the right thing. Yeah, I can't read it, but I can see hi. I don't know what. I need to figure out how to make my print bigger. Somebody's on one of my apps. So I can't figure out how to zoom in. I gotta figure that out. It's supposed to be bigger, but it's not. Yeah, nah, dude. Like, I hate to say it, like, you know, this is the key thing you gotta listen to. All right, this is how you know like things are going wrong in this country. President of the United States walks into Congress, into his party's congressional caucus, and says, "We need to win the midterm elections because if we don't, they're going to impeach me." Like, I want you to think about it. Like, if I go into Congress, or if I go into the midterms and I lose the midterms, they're going to impeach me. Now, I'm not sure if he means that he's going to get like actually impeached, or if he's just going to go to, if he's going to be found guilty, or however you want to put it, and the Senate's going to hit him up and actually impeach him, or if he's just going to be like like Bill Clinton and have to go just find what the word is. You but no, like, that says everything right there. Like, if you're doing a stand up thing, you don't have to worry about it. It's like the ice in Milwaukee. If you're doing a stand up job, even if it's not a popular job, if you're doing it the right way, like, they're like, we're worried about getting doxxed. Yeah, you should be worried about getting doxxed. You're doing sketchy crap. Like, yeah, why would you not worry about getting doxxed when you are doing sketchy stuff? I'd worry about getting doxxed if I was doing sketchy stuff. It's like, holy cow. You mean I might be held accountable for doing stuff that I shouldn't be doing? Like, that's a freaking revelation right there, right? Like, mind blown. Oh my Lanta, I should be held accountable for doing wrong. Like, obviously though, like, the current administration doesn't believe in holding people accountable unless you do wrong by them. So, because we'll prosecute you for something that isn't actually a crime, but the guys who are committing crimes, we won't even bother with you. See, like, this is the kind of stuff like this. I don't know how to fix it. My fiance and I were talking about that today. My whole life, right? Been working since, like really working since I was, 2 weeks before my 18th birthday. The whole time, it's been my job is to fix things, right? When I was in the military, right? I fix it, or we're not mission capable anymore, or like there's a potential like, hey, we die, right? Uh, Jobs, like if I want to make money, I gotta fix it. Gotta fix it. Like so, like that's been ingrained in me, like to fix stuff. Like, how do you fix this? I don't know how you fix this crap. I'll tell you, I'm pissed at the boomers. Right? Like I'll say I'm pissed at my parents' generation. Like they had a chance to make things different, and in the end, they took what their parents did. Right, the greatest generation. Right, like that generation that was adults in the 40s, that fought World War II, turned this country into the economic powerhouse that it is. Um, they squandered all that. They squandered it all for greed, like literally greed. Like nowadays, like there's no way. Like I will not. And I'm in a tough spot, right? Because I'm gonna be the next set of boomers, right? I'm what they call like a zennial, right? I'm kind of Generation X, kind of a millennial. Um, but I'm getting to that point now. Like I got to make like I've been thinking about this, making room for the next generation, right? Like how do I make space for the next generation to come up and grow and make this country even better? And I realized that like my parents' generation screwed us. Oh my God, did they screw us? Like I don't think they realize how bad they screwed everybody. And it's not just me, like it's every generation after us. We will never see the kind of growth that they did because of them. And it's not everybody in the generation, but it's as a whole, the boomer generation. Yeah. Okay, boomer. I get it. Like I get the okay boomer trend. You know, I hope that I don't see the same thing when Generation X is that and the millennials is that. I'll see both of those generations come into that space. The Generation X is kind of getting there, right? Like the guys born late 60s, we're getting up there. Like, how do we do it? And I realize, like, like we look at it and it's like, oh, well, I can't make space for the next generation because I just finally carved out the space for myself. It's like, yeah, well, we got to figure something out though, because how do you do it? How do you bring the next generation up to make things better? And then forget the fact that like the this world now it's not the same. It's not like it used to be. I make good money. I live in a low cost of living area, and I there's most days where I'm like like I should be able to on my salary, like I should be able to on my salary live an easy life. When it comes to like home life, should have a nice house, nice car, should be going on a nice vacation, at least every year, if not more than that, once a year. I look back and like the the money I make now is equivalent to like what some of my dad's friends made when they were my age, and they're like totally different lifestyle. And now it's like I'm asking, 20 something year old kid to like 20 something year old kid, a 27-year-old, 20 something year old adult to like have a kid in this world. That's crazy. Like they're working two jobs just to like have an apartment with roommates. And you want them to like have a family or even think about having a family? And you hear like all the politicians, oh, we'll make things more affordable. No, you won't. Haven't done it yet. Oh, look at how much more affordable it is right now. No, it's not. Like, how is it more affordable? What is more affordable? I still pay. Like, I go to the grocery store. To be honest, like going to the grocery store now is like going to the gas station back in like what was it like 08, 10, like 2010, when like diesel was $7 a gallon, gas was $5 a gallon in like random ass like middle of nowhere Missouri. Like I remember moving to Missouri, and like one of the things I remember talking about was like one of the benefits. Gas was 97 cents a gallon. 97 cents a gallon. That was in '06. 97 freaking cents a gallon. Less than $1 a gallon. Then you're talking like what it was in '07. I bought me a nice diesel truck, right? Because I was living in Missouri. You got to have a diesel truck. And I mean, it was nice. It was a land yacht. And like people would ask me, like, how much does it take to fill up the tank? And I was like, $100. And they're like, what? I'm like, sometimes 150. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't know. That's like where my credit card limits out. And I just fill it up until it stops. Right? Like, and gas, you know what? It came down a little bit, but it's like, it's never been back. Like, it's still high. But like, groceries feel that way now. Like, holy cow. Like, I go to Walmart where, like, and I don't buy crazy stuff, but I know I'm going to spend $100. I feed a family of like effectively three, right? Because I don't get my kids every day. So I got two kids, get them half the time. So I'll call them one person. I feed a family of three. $100 every freaking time. Easy. Like, I don't know how you can do it. And like they talk about, oh, we're going to make things more affordable. No, you're not. How did you make things more affordable? But the only thing that like I can say is like it's more affordable for them. They're like the dudes in government, like they're not even being like hiding. They're not even trying to hide it. Like making money hand over fist, and we all just accept it. Like I can't buy 2 dozen eggs in my house, but man, those guys in the federal government, they hooked themselves up with another $4 billion deal because they need the money. Oh, and forget taxing that crap. They'll figure out a way to taxes. Yeah, that's I don't know how people can accept that. I don't know how to change people's minds. Oh, we're gonna put these tariffs on stuff. Everybody else is gonna pay that. No, and then the best part is like, oh well, okay, they're illegal now, right? Like the tariffs were wrong, couldn't do it. Well, we're gonna have to refund that money. Oh well, let's refund that money to the businesses because they didn't pass. They're gonna give all that money back to the consumers that they charged up because of their tariffs. You see, like there and right there, like, bam. It's like, all right, yeah, like we're rich, we'll give the money back to the rich. I'd rather, like, in all reality, I'd rather the government just keep it and freaking be like, my bad, and deal with it some other way. They're not gonna. They're gonna give their money back to their buddies. It makes Bernie Madoff look like a freaking saint. The amount of corruption and Ponzi scheme crap that they do. So probably yet another name that most of the people that watch this don't even know who is Bernie Madoff. There's a good name. Look him up. I would not doubt that he ran in the same circles as good old Jeffrey. Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's see. We'll get back to good. So snakes. So my kids got an ivory. I think it's just an ivory ball python. She's a little guy. She's little. She's like a foot long, if that, maybe 9 inches. She's a little baby, and we got her Sunday. And come on, buddy, you can do it. So we got her Sunday. There's there is a show, a reptile show nearby where we yeah, so they had a lot of cool snakes there. They had like a lot of cool stuff. Um, my little girl looked at the spiders and she was like, "Spider," and I was like, "No." Uh, but I'll do a snake. I'm not a. I won't do turtles. Turtles are stinky. We'll see how the snake thing goes. Like, I don't think the snakes are gonna be. Or snakes gonna be stinky. Turtles are stinky. Like, they just poop everywhere, and like, you can't. You got to clean their tank out seriously. So, yeah, they haven't named her yet, so it's either Ivory or Snaky. I think, like, I feel like I would want a bigger cage. I got her a 10-gallon cage or fish tank. It's a nicer one. It's like a front opening one instead of a just to have. It's meant for reptiles or non-fish. But I don't know. To me, it seems a little small. You know, should have got her a mixed snaky mansion. But yeah, now I got to figure out the heat because, like, the engineer in me is like, I don't know any of the parameters that she's living under. I'm assuming that it's good because I don't see stress, but like, I have some specifications I have to meet. Or I've been given specifications that are good for the snake, so I'm trying to meet those. But yeah, so she's pretty cool. The best part about it is it's a great learning experience for the kids, because they both want to. They're both trying to interact with the snake. They want to hang out with the snake and be, pet it, and um, yeah. So they're learning to negotiate. They're negotiating custody of the snake. And they're learning a really good thing too, because it's like I keep reminding them, like, you got to remember, it's not about the snake or about, what you guys want. It's about what's best for the snake, and then how that fits into your desires. I'm trying to show them that, like, it's the same thing, like 6:15. It's the same thing that you go through, in anything, like with any kind of pet. You go through it with kids, right? Like, what's best for your kids? And I didn't realize, like, this snake gonna live a long time. This snake's got a good 20 to 30 years in front of it. Like, one of my kids is gonna have a snake for a good long time. Like, I'm trying to think of that. Like, how would that feel? Like because 30 years would put my kids at 40. So you're talking 40 years to be beneficial. Yeah, figure it out. And I gotta go home and I gotta prepare for this. This is gonna be interesting. I don't. I hate it because, like, and growing up, I don't know how it is today. It's different today, I think. When I was growing up, like, you were instilled with a sense of respect for, certain things. Like, the governors, like, it's weird. You got, like, the Congress, the federal government, for some reason, like garnered more respect than any of the state government. Like, you didn't hear about state or local government. Like, looking back on it now, like, even today, like, those dudes are they deserve all the respect in the world, because having to deal with all us idiots and try and figure out the right path, that's tough, especially in, like, today's day and age. Like, I remember being was like I was 16. I got invited to Washington D.C. to do a student government, and I remember sitting in the halls of Congress. Like we, it was kind of cool, right? Because this is like before all the stupidity. So you could actually, like, go talk to your congressman. You could, like, walk the halls of Congress. It was kind of cool. Um, yeah, so, like, we were sitting there in the upper level of um, the the chamber for the House, and I want to say Barney Frank, representative, came and talked to us about Congress and how important it is. And, like, I just remember, like, you gotta you could feel that, like, the importance of the institutions, and, like, that respect was ingrained in everybody. Like, hey, like, these guys are doing important stuff. They're all idiots. Don't get me wrong. Like, everybody, like, I think it's been a universal truth that uh, everybody thinks politicians are idiots, except for yours. Like, your politician's awesome. Everybody else's politician is an idiot. But, like, you're like, hey, like, these guys are doing important stuff. Like, it's a hard job. They do a good job. Nowadays, it's like, it's a different class of people that are in there, though. And, like, some of those guys, they've been in office since, like, that stuff happened. Since that was the times. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I can see something, but I can't read it. And I don't have my voice, but you're because that would suck. Because I've been talking for an hour. But I can't read the name because it didn't upsize for some reason, and so I'll say hi. Someday I'll get it. I'll get it figured out. This is a test. This is a an hour long test. Let's see how my live skills work. I'm getting decent at doing it on the computer. I got to figure out how to do it elsewhere. I don't even know if this is like I said. It's mostly just for my kids. I need to come to Nepal. I think that's what's come to Nepal. Man, it'd be nice. This one place I've never been yet is Eastern. Is it Eastern? Eastern Asia. I've been pretty close to Nepal. I think that's what that says. Uh, I've been to India. Yeah, I'm breaking, bud. That's good. I'd like to go back to that. That's one of the things. Like, yeah, me and a buddy at work were talking about today, and like he was talking about how like somebody like he doesn't know how like all these guys are retiring. He wish he could do it, and I'm like yeah, like I know I'm never gonna retire. Like I'm not. It's gonna be tough. The only way I'm gonna retire is if I either win the Mega Millions or um, if my baby uh, turns into my sugar mama. I will totally be my baby's sugar baby. Yeah, I will rub her bunions and be her cabana boy all damn day if she gets a nice job that keeps us in a pool house. um, but no, like I realize like it's gonna suck. Like the government screwed my social security up, even though I've paid into it for 30 years now and should be getting some nice returns out of it. But I realize that like they've mishandled my money along with every other taxpayer's money, and I'm not going to get the money out of that I wish I did. But yeah, so like I might as well spend it now and like go do cool stuff. So like next year we're supposed to go to Japan. I've been to India. I'd love to go again. I'd love to take my kids to these places so they can see what like I want them to experience the world, not just what they see through the small little viewport that they get from here in the middle of America. Like this, such small-minded